So Trump is upset about Kimmel making jokes. But that's literally his job. He's a comedian. That's what comedians do. They joke about people in power. That's been the deal forever. So acting shocked about it now just doesn't make sense. But let's talk about the real issue nobody wants to dodge. This is someone who is supposed to represent leadership, and instead we've seen him disrespect the dead, go after his own citizens, take shots at other countries. And then the second anyone pushes back or calls it out, suddenly they're labeled woke terrorists. Or radicals, like those words are supposed to shut people up. It's backwards. You can't demand respect while constantly putting others down and then cry foul when someone claps back with humor. It doesn't work like that. There's a difference between doing your job as a comedian and abusing a position of power, and people are not confusing the two. They see it clearly. So the outrage over jokes feels selective and forced when the same energy isn't there for behavior that actually matters, if anything. The focus should be on accountability and how leadership is being handled, not on someone doing stand-up and telling jokes about it, because one is entertainment and the other is supposed to be responsibility. And right now, those lines are being ignored on purpose. He keeps crying about elections being rigged, but let's not pretend we didn't all hear him while he was in office talking nonstop about how he could control the outcome, how things should only go his way, how votes somehow only count when they benefit his side. That's the part people keep skipping over, and it matters. You don't get to spend years planting doubt, pushing the idea that the system is only fair when you win, and then turn around and act shocked when people question your motives. That's not standing up for democracy. That's trying to bend it. And now the same people pointing fingers at Democrats are real quiet about all that talk and behavior we already saw. So what is it exactly? Are elections only legitimate when you like the result? Because that's not how this works. If you're going to accuse others of rigging anything, you better be ready to explain your own words, your own actions, and the double standard plain as day. People are paying attention, and the excuses aren't landing the way you think they are. You can't rewrite what happened just because it's inconvenient now. Look, I really need someone to make this make sense because it is getting impossible to ignore the absolute double standard happening right in front of our faces. We are sitting here watching a man who was found liable in court for crimes against a 13-year-old girl just a few months ago, and yet he is still sitting comfortably in the White House like nothing happened. It is the definition of a total shit show. How does he get to stand there and point fingers, accusing every single person who disagrees with him of being a criminal, while he has that kind of history hanging over his head? Where are the consequences? Where are the arrests? I am tired of the excuses and the political games because any regular person would have been under the jail for even a fraction of what he has done. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I am beyond angry. I can feel the fury sitting right in my chest every time I see his face on the news. It makes me want to scream because the hypocrisy is so loud it's deafening. If this is how the law works now, then the whole system is a joke. It's a complete fraud designed to protect people like him, while the rest of us are expected to play by the rules. I am done pretending this is normal or okay. It is disgusting, it is broken, and honestly, the hell with this entire wannabe system that refuses to hold a predator accountable just because he has a title. We deserve better than this circus, and we should all be a hell of a lot louder about how messed up this situation actually is. There is no reason for him to be where he is, and it is an insult to every victim out there that he gets to act like he's above the law while the world just watches it happen. So let me get this straight. You all see what's going on and still keep going along with it like nothing's wrong. At what point do you stop pretending this is normal and actually do something about it? If people really think he's the president, fine, let them think whatever they want. But why are you still backing it up with real power, real money, and real decisions that affect all of us? That's where it stops being harmless and starts hitting everyday people who didn't sign up for this mess. It's not some game. It's our lives, our bills, our future, and yeah, even the future your kids and grandkids are going to have to deal with long after this is over. You can't keep acting like this only impacts one side or that it's just politics as usual, because it's not. It's reckless, it's exhausting, and it's dragging everyone down while a handful of people keep playing along. And honestly, the real question is, when are you going to stop going along with it? When are you going to grow a backbone and say enough is enough instead of just nodding along and hoping someone else deals with it? Because waiting around clearly isn't fixing anything, and people are getting fed up watching this play out over and over again with no one stepping up. Nobody out here is trying to pay for some fancy ballroom. Let's be real. None of us are allowed to even step a foot in the White House. We're just trying to survive day to day. People are worried about groceries, rent, bills stacking up, trying to keep their heads above water, and somehow we're supposed to be okay with our tax money going to something like that. That makes no sense. We're not asking for luxury, we're asking for basic stability, the kind of life where you're not stressed every single month just to get by. And on top of that, being talked down to, mocked, treated like we're the problem while struggling, that's what really pushes it over the edge. You don't get to disrespect people, ignore what they're dealing with, and then turn around and expect them to fund your projects like everything's fine. It's not fine. People are fed up, tired of being ignored, tired of feeling like they don't matter while decisions keep getting made that don't help them at all. Nobody cares about a ballroom, not when real life is hitting this hard. At this point, it's simple. We want change, we want better, and we're done pretending this is okay. Thank you for listening. Follow me on YouTube or on Facebook. This way you will always be updated and never miss any of the videos I make. Love always, Maria DC Santiago.